Fantastic. All right, guys. This is going to be fun. All right. So, welcome to the Rice and Beans podcast. I'm Alan. That's Jose. That's the S in the Rice and Beans, Mr.
Let's
Fernando.
go.
Today, we got a very special guest here. Local legend to the Central Massachusetts, New England. I'm going to just cover it all.
Let's go.
The man that's made it to the highest level in combat sports right now, the UFC. Current bantamweight contender, ranked number 8 in the world right now. Love it. And our newest member on the coaching staff at Integrated Martial Arts, both at Westboro and in Worcester. We got Mr. Rob Font over here. Thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
That was a nice intro. I appreciate it.
Off the top of my head, no big deal. Rob, man.
You've done this before, huh?
No, boy. This episode.
Natural?
Oh, stop it, guys. Stop it. So I was, looking up your fight record and everything, man. And I just had to start counting how many fights you've been in the UFC. Like, if I counted correctly, 19?
It's funny. I just got asked that. Faraz asked me that question the other day. We're in the back of the shuttle going to the fights.
Yeah.
With Calvin's fight, and he goes, "Fine. How many fights do you have?" I was like, "I don't know." Like, I had to go to Shirt Dog and count it out. It was 19, and it was like, and it feels like I just started. It's just
Dude,
crazy.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah,
Man. I mean, you fought everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody,
I
man.
don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I could have had a better choice of picking and choosing, but I was always kind of with my attitude. I wanted to just see how far we could take this, and why not get in there with the best.
I mean, I started looking at the actual dates of your fights. I'm like, okay, he fought this, and then holy crap, 3 months later, and then oh man, another 3 months, and then eventually it started to space out to every 6 maybe, but still pretty active. 19 fights over your career with the UFC.
And I think we stayed busy.
Yeah.
I think I had great management. It got to the point where we started making some money. We didn't have to fight as much, and then sometimes I couldn't find a fight too. Like sometimes that's frustrating when you can't find fights or the fights don't make sense.
Sure. Yeah.
Or injuries, obviously stuff like that happens. So it's been up and down. Sometimes it's been real busy. Sometimes it's spaced out. But yeah, we've been busy, man. Even on the local scene, I think on the local scene, we was real active. We were just going at it, man.
Yeah, I mean, you were, if I remember correctly, you were featherweight champion for CES.
Yep.
Dang, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then, but just you're right. It's just staying super active.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned Faraz, so we're talking about Faraz Sahabi.
Oh yeah.
No, you're good.
Sahabi,
You're
yeah,
good. Over at TriStar.
Yep.
Up north, right? Our friends to the north in Canada.
Yes, sir.
How's that been?
It's been great, man. I like Montreal. The city's cool. It's definitely rough in the winter, but I love it, especially in the summertime. It's
Right.
like they take full advantage of the weather. They get out there. There's a jazz fest. There's Caribbean. There's so many things going on at that city that. Well, not a thing. It's probably a distraction too, but but it's a cool time. If you can kind of stick to it and still train, you can still have some fun out there. But there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
The training's awesome. There's a lot of people that just walk off the street that you never know that are going to be real good, and then they have their staple MMA group, and then they have a staple jiu-jitsu group.
Right.
So and then they have just these gym monsters that don't compete, don't fight, and they're just really good, and there's a lot of those guys where they don't want to compete, they just want to get a workout in, help you out as much as possible, and just get better as a martial artist. And those guys are they don't get enough credit. And
So I mean, I guess that's a question that I've always had. You, professional fighter, always trying to mitigate injury and things like that. What is your process in terms of okay, you're not a professional fighter. How do we bring you along or that person along into the fold so that they can help you train? So the gym monsters that you talked about, what do you look for in that?
Usually those guys are recommended. Hey, go make sure you go get around with him. He's real good at taking the back or whatever. Or he has amazing arm bars or whatever it may be. And then and I kind of like to get in there with the general public anyways. I'm anywhere I go,
trust us, we see that here.
Yeah,
definitely here at the open mats here.
I was just in Nashville. I was in training, and I was just in Austin training as well. And in Austin, obviously there's a lot of professional grapplers and pro fighters, but even the other gym I went to, Iron Forge, it's just regular people, and I just get in and I mix it up. And And I can feel when, like, when a guy's about to be a spaz, or I can like tell, or you can kind of see, I can feel it. And then usually most guys, hey, don't go with him, don't go with that guy. I usually get that right when I walk in, and then you can tell. And you can just tell by somebody's energy. Then like even when I lock up, I can tell instantly. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna just let him do his thing and like let him run all over me, and then like and then or if he's cool, like
you're not wrong, Jose.
Like if he's cool and you can tell we're gonna have a good back and forth, even if it's competitive, even if we're like going at it, I can tell, like I'm all for that too. But you can tell it's gonna be safe. Like then I go. But if either it's way too big or too green, I will return a roll down, or refuse a roll down.
Oh yeah, the two most dangerous people on the mats are two white belts. Two beginners. Absolutely.
Funniest to watch though.
They are. There's some great memes.
But I do think you learn from everybody. I do think like if you're not learning, then they might ask a question like, hey, what did I do here? And like, and you whatever, you could have did this, you could have did that.
Right.
And I think that makes you a little sharper as well too. So and then you give it back, because like I was that guy too. I was that, hey, you want to roll? Hey, like people like, no, man,
do you remember your first day training? The first day you walked into the gym?
Yes. I was in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
It was Gracie, Tampa. It was a guy named Rob Kahn teaching. He came up out of around that time. Henzo, Matt Serra, all those guys in New York were training. He was around that era, and black belt. He got his black belt, I believe, from Hoist Gracie, but he was like, he's from New York, but he was all like around that same lineage. And then but yeah, he was teaching class. He showed the basic hip bump sweep to Kimura to guillotine, that kind of like combination.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, this is awesome. Like this is amazing. Like this is so cool. Like I'm like doing it all with my buddies. I'm just like, come on, let's just roll. I'm just hip bump sweeping, hitting the guillotine, going for the Kimura, and I was just hooked, man. I was hooked. I was in. It was one of those like try free or it was 2 weeks actually, 2-week trial, and I signed up that day. I was like, I just take my card. Like, just take it. Like,
so your introduction to martial arts was jiu-jitsu then?
So it's funny. Like I was actually at that time, I was in Tampa, Florida. I was delivering pizzas, and I delivered to a house. It was actually I believe it was the BJ Penn George St. Pierre 2 fight.
Okay.
They were getting I delivered to a house. They were doing jiu-jitsu outside in the house, and I was like,
that's cool.
I didn't know what jiu-jitsu was. Sure. I didn't know what UFC was. I grew up watching like boxing. I knew of like MMA and but like Chuck Liddell, like the stars, but
sure.
I didn't know anything about it.
How old were you?
I was pretty late too, like 25. So yeah, 25. Yeah,
Don't say that. You weren't late. You were right on time.
Yeah, well, I'm saying I started training.
People to know,
I started.
You have to start like 6 years old.
But now, like I think it was a blessing because like I wasn't beat up before. I didn't like like
mileage.
I didn't have that mileage. I didn't have like the boxer that came into it or the wrestler that came into it. So I think that was good. But it was like I always feel like there's always catching up to do.
Yeah.
When do you feel like this was your path? Like, when did you feel like this was your kind of like path to glory?
Yeah, I swear to God, it might sound crazy. Like, probably 3 months in.
Really?
I was like, you can make money doing this? I was like, wait a minute. Like, all I got to, I'm in. Like, I'm in. I was sold. Like, you can ask my buddy Miguel, man, from, I swear on everything. It was like, we was sitting outside. We were renting out a house in Tampa, Florida. And I'm like, I'm going to do this. He's like, you crazy, man. Like, no, I'm dead ass serious. I'm going to do this. And then, like, to the point where I had my first smoker, like, 2 months later.
Oh,
should have never did it. I got beat up. But, like, I went in there. I won the first round.
Was it MMA smoker?
No, sorry, Muay Thai smoker.
Oh, okay.
Going there.
That's a little.
So I was like, I felt like, I was going to try it out.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
And I was just like, because. And
Still
I didn't know I was getting myself into. Like, I was like confident to do it, but like ignorant too at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. And like first round, I did way too much. but I won the round. Second round had nothing for him. I'm gassed out.
Adrenaline dump.
Adrenaline dump.
Yeah.
Crowd's going crazy. Basically, we're in his gym. Basically, like top guy. Like I'm like I got outmatched. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting the hometown guy. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just I'm like complete rookie. But I loved it. Like second round get beat up, third round get beat up, lose the match. I left smiling like, all right, I know what I got to do.
Do you
now.
remember your coach's instructions at all? Hearing them? No, right?
I wasn't listening. I was huffing
man.
and puffing. I was just doing whatever. They're saying something, I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking at them like, sure. Like, it was so bad.
We got a bunch of young guys coming up too that they've been training a lot. They're the gym heroes. They're the gym sharks, like you said, and they're itching to fight.
Yeah.
They're itching to compete, whether it's a smoker, amateur, MMA, BJJ match, whatever. And we've done it, but they don't understand how like you're not going to hear our instructions.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to happen. You're going to forget everything, and it's going to be okay because you'll survive at the end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of that's why I like to ask.
Yeah.
Do you have a different experience? Like, no. And everybody's like, no, I didn't remember anything. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah, that was nothing. I couldn't hear nothing. I was, it was, I don't even think I would have did it if they asked me. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I don't even think I knew exactly what they were saying either. Like, I would just put my hands on his face and not get hit. It was like simple.
I remember throwing one punch, and I was like, why am I moving so slow?
Yeah.
My arms feel so heavy. These are only 16-ounce gloves. I train with them all the time. Why are they so heavy?
And I think half of it was like I always joke around. Like I think I was so ignorant that it helped me.
Yes.
Like I didn't know. Like I didn't actually think about how much work it would actually take. I didn't think about what could actually happen. I'm just like, I'm doing this. Let's go. Like, but you gotta do this. So what? Let's do it. So what? Let's do it. And then like actually putting the work in. And like I even tell my buddies like if you think about what we're doing, like you won't do it. If you think about the time you got to put in, you got to think of even just the driving. You know what I'm saying? The miles you got to run, the conditioning, then the food, the time away from your family, then the money, and then if you even get to the UFC, you're not making money till at least your third contract, right? So it's like,
if you're gonna like give somebody like a new blooded person that says, I want to do this, I want to do that, what would you give to them?
I would just say just make sure you love it, because if you don't, and I know it might be an easy cop out type of answer, but it's like this game's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt you from physically, financially, and mentally.
Well,
if you don't love it.
Fernando, did you mean that as someone coming in to compete and try to make money off of this, or somebody that's hasn't done any type of martial arts?
So we get a lot of people that say, I want to fight, right? They start, they're brand new, or they could be, maybe months, maybe even a year underneath their belt. And they always say they want to fight.
Yeah.
But they don't understand the commitment it takes to be a fighter.
Yeah.
And I just don't know, because I'm not a fighter myself. I mean, I do tournaments here, but I'm not a UFC fighter. I'm not a guy who goes out there constantly looking to do fights, right?
Yep.
So what would you say to those people, or those students, or those young adults that say they want to be a fighter? I would
do it delicate. I wouldn't discourage them. I would like, all right, this is what I would let them know, this is what you got to do. This is how you got to show up. This is where we're training. And then, because they're going to be like, yeah, but I want to do it now. I was just like, yeah, but just keep training. I would just kind of ignore that part. Because, like, that was me. That was me. I was like, nah, I'm in now. Like, put me in UFC now. I didn't understand what it was. But, like, and then I had those delicate coaches. I had those managers that, like, nah, they were like, yeah, they just like just completely ignoring me. Like, not even listening to myself, and then delicately, or directing me in the right path, And sometimes I would go on my own. I'll mess up, and like, I'll learn from that and come back, and so like I would just be patient, I guess, with those young, because then it's like, all right, well, show me 6 months,
right?
And if they can't even make 6 months, then you already know.
Then you already know.
I mean, that's a fair point, because the student is asking for investment in time and skill set from the coaches too. Like 6 months, I think that's a fair cutoff point in terms of like, okay, you want to fight? Keep showing up consistently for 6 months and see what happens.
It's actually a refreshing take, because a lot of times these guys get turned down right at the door.
They
like,
do.
What? You wanna
They
be a
do.
fighter?
I don't like those guys, because
do.
like you could shoot down a kid's confidence right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You could right there. You shoot him down right there, and he'll never like you don't know what you could have had.
I've also seen, and I've seen the opposite part where kind of like your example. You're kind of the outlier in this, where you fought 2 months into your career, you're beginning your career. I've seen people do that at the same time. The gym owners know, the owners know, like, hey, you're not ready, but we're going to throw spaghetti at the wall, see who sticks.
Yeah.
That ruins that kid's career forever.
And that could you get hurt out there. That's another thing too. Like where some guys just whatever, they just helping the promoter out. And like, I got you, bro. No big deal. I got 6 guys, no problem. And all they care about is the name of the gym.
Right.
So they're just whatever, like representing. We throw 10 guys out there. We win 6. We're like they're cool. We get and just take those 6 people, put them on Instagram, and sell a membership. You know, like So you got to be careful with those guys. So like I said, there's got to be a balance between making sure that, and then secretly working them to where like, all right, we'll find out, and then secretly working them, like having them on that wall, making them want to quit.
Yes.
You know, making them wrestle. Like you can't wrestle here, then why would you be able to do it out there?
I feel like jiu-jitsu and wrestling tournaments are like the quietest, best path to get people like there. You know,
and then like,
I'll try here first.
And then like exactly like maybe not a Muay Thai smoker, but throw them in a Naga or something like that. See how they deal with the pressure of going out there and competing, and how to deal with adversity, and you know, all the little things that happen in that excuse me, in that match that like you can't teach in the gym, or you won't learn until you get out there. And if they might go out there and be like, you know what, I don't ever want to do this again in my life. You know, like,
that's okay too.
And
that's perfectly fine.
Or like they get the itch, and like, now I'm not doing anything but this. And then you know you have one, and then from there just keep watching them, keep getting them around. And like I say, if you say you can't help, I mean, or say like you're lacking a certain, point him in the right direction. Like, hey, I'm not the best wrestling coach, but this guy is, or that guy, go see him. You know, like, and then if they, you know, they listen and they get out there and they're out there learning from the best. They come back with the information. They're teaching you stuff now too. Then once you kind of get that going, then you know you have one.
What are one of the biggest things you learned in your fight career, especially when you were kind of like starting early? You mentioned that you got into a smoker way too early, but other things that you can let, you know, young up and coming fighters like learn that, you know, maybe you shouldn't do this early on.
It's a good question. Let me see. Early on, I would say try not to like overdo it with like the strength and conditioning, and spend more time with like with just the technique, because I would OD with like miles and then like I'm super tired. I couldn't even get the drill right because I was just too wiped out from that. And like in your mind, you got to go, and I got to get stronger, I got to get faster. But my double leg sucks, and you know my arm bars are sloppy, and like. But I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying, coach. But I'm just so tired because I just did this class, and I'm basically I remember at the time I was doing like a CrossFit workout and then trying to go train. It was just like it was too much. It was way too much. I'll say that. And then if you can like invest in your diet early, and I know that's tough, but if you can at least buy a program or something, or like I understand like if you can get that down early, it's the best, because that's one thing I didn't know at all. Like I didn't really understand nutrition until like CES, and I'm like, that's like 8-9 fights in.
You just eat a lot, like a big back like me. Like,
I was still kind of fighting at like 45 and like sometimes at 55, so like I could eat and still kind of get away with it. And then I didn't make my bantamweight debut to the UFC, so around CES I got connected with a company called Perfecting Athletes. There's Michelle Ingalls and Paulina Indred, and they were from Connecticut. And I was fighting in Rhode Island, and I met him through, I believe, I couldn't step, it was like Charles Rosa. He's another UFC fighter, and Charles McCarthy. And they're like, hey, you should reach out to them. You know, they'll help you out with your nutrition, your hydration, and all that. And I get with them, and they all right, little break down how you're eating, what your diet like. And as I'm telling my story, they have like this like sad like mom, like, oh honey, like come here, like honey, you are doing it so wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like patting her in the back. I'm like, damn, is that bad? She's like, yeah, all right, we're gonna switch all that, and like whatever. So then we like 2 weeks later, it was like I'm eating more, I'm bigger than I ever was. I'm fighting at a lower weight, and I'm making the weight so much easier. And I was like, man, I could have been doing this a long time ago. I'm like,
you felt the difference then immediately,
instantly,
huh?
Instantly, like first time having a 6-pack, it was like all that, like, And I mean, again, I was eating
How
pizza.
much,
and,
how much
and
of the
like,
Puerto Rican food did they take away from you?
everything.
Of
Took away
course, right?
everything.
That's what I thought.
They took away everything. They basically don't go to
Life would be
grandma's house.
miserable.
Like it was everything. It was like it went from like it was Ezekiel bread to brown rice, sweet potatoes to basically it was like half your plate was straight vegetables.
Oh boy.
4 ounces of a carb, 4 ounces of a protein, and a cup of fruit with at least a gallon and a half to 2 gallons like of water. And it was just
wow.
and it was like that was it. And then I just got to figure out how to switch around the carb, the protein, and
Yeah.
it was just it kept it boring, simple,
Yeah.
but it worked, and it was like the best I've ever felt. And it's so basic, it just didn't know how to do it. And once I did, it was on. I was like, all right, now I'm trying to get like a black belt at this. You know, I want to
Okay.
like level up with that. I'm on Instagram all day looking at new like recipes and trying to chef it up as much as possible. But it's the same basic 4 or 5 different meals just mixed up. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that explains your longevity because I think you're
Yeah.
in like those lighter weight classes where it's tough to get to, you know.
Yeah, especially man for me, like I walk around nationally like I'm one of the bigger 35ers out there, and like if I'm not on it, man, I can get pretty big, you know. Like, and so it's like it's hard. It's been like I would say like it's part of one of the things like sometimes like I would slack on that. Like that's my biggest thing. Like where I like win a fight and then it's like let's go have some fun, man. And like
Yeah.
You
What
know,
is, what is that between fights and training camps, man? Like, I guess you're not a Patty Pimblett. You're not blowing up.
yeah.
To, don't choke me out, Patty. But like 300 pounds or anything. But like that's always been fascinating to me. Of like, okay, training camp, working on skill, or at least that's what people are talking about. Work on the game plan.
Yeah.
Versus out of camp, are you training? Are you not training? What's the diet like? Things like that.
So I'm kind of on the side of like where we're not really in camps, you know, like especially for me, like it's rare where I get an opponent and like actually fight that opponent at the end of whatever. It's usually I get a lot of play, even like my last one, like where it's like I didn't have an
It was the last
opponent
minute switch.
I didn't have the opponent till the week of the fight.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like the way I think about it, and this is not nothing new. This has been happening to me since the local scene. So like I first started off like I got a camp, just got to do this person. And I was like, I'm just training because like I don't even know if I'm going to fight. I don't even believe I'm going to fight until I walk in. Like, and that might be a little bit paranoid on my side. Like, I got to see my opponent to like because I've seen like I have guys.
People pulled out.
I've had
for you.
guys pulled out on me the day of the fight in the UFC locally. I've seen. I don't know if you know John Johnson from Siathon.
Sure, yeah.
I've seen him roll his ankle as he's in the cage. Like he's jumped up, bang, rolls his ankle, and it's like he glad he just fought through, but he could have easily not fought. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's kind of like that. Until that bell rings, you don't know what can happen. Like, and then I even seen guys in the back room just leave. Like, so like imagine that. Like you're getting ready and your opponent just leaves. Like I don't want to do this.
So if I'm
like,
you like to stay ready. Basically.
yeah. So basically like I try like I'm not like full on sparring all the time. Like heavy sparring. Like so let's just say like I'm going to spar heavy maybe 5 weeks outside of the fight.
Okay.
So if I have a camp, it's like a 5-week camp. But everything else I'm doing the same. It's just the sparring goes up a little bit, and then the phase of the strength and conditioning, either like say like in the beginning might be a little heavier, putting more muscle. As we get closer, it's a little more explosive, more cardio based, and obviously less weight and all that type of stuff. And then the technique and everything kind of stays the same for me. Like I don't see it as this opponent is going to throw this at me. I see it as this is how you deal with straight punches. This is how you deal with hooks, uppercuts. This is how you deal with a double leg. This is how you deal with a single leg. And then this whoever it may be is going to throw something at me. I don't know how to deal with all of it, and then go from there.
You're really interested, like we talk about that, like when you're actually in a fight, where like you've been in a lot of fights, like compare for your first fight to maybe your last fight, your mentality in the ring, like how's it changed differently? Like obviously the first fight's your first fight, jitters, but then like where you were at, like for the last fight, like can you explain like how your mentality kind of changed from that fight to the last fight you were in?
Yeah. So like. I always approach it like I'm gonna fuck you up, man. Like I'm trying to go in there. I'm trying to fuck you up. I'm not trying to like outpoint you. I'm not trying to like. I want to. And then, so that could be good or bad, right? Like, but that's my attitude. Where I just that's what I want to do. 2, I know the fans love it. The fans love it. The company loves it. I love it. I don't want to have to say like. We're all sitting here and I put on one of my fights and it's like boring as hell. You know, and I gotta explain. You know how embarrassing that is. Like,
Right,
well, see, what I was trying to do is, I took him down, and I was like, I was writing out the time, right, and I was controlling him, and then like I was like, I went from side control, and you're like, yeah, cool, man, like you know, like, and I'm like, I don't want to explain why that long ass 15-minute fight was because, well, see, technically I took him down, I was winning on points, and it's just like, nah,
man, trust
me.
I think you have one of those careers no one's ever been saying
No,
anything
like when
bad
you're
about.
fighting
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah,
watching, I'm
like-
like, oh, okay, let's
Yeah,
go.
I want-
okay.
Think about what Rob
That's
wants.
not
like-
what I'm thinking about when
I
I'm
want
watching
somebody
fight.
that doesn't even know about fighting. Like, yo, that was crazy. I don't know what's going on, but it was crazy. Like if two people outside just start fighting and you're watching, you can see a fight. You know what I'm saying? But imagine somebody outside take somebody down and hold them in side control. Like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah,
like, what are you
yeah.
doing? Like,
Yeah.
okay, like, all right. You probably walk away, but if they were just, even if it's bad technique and they're just hitting each other like Jerry Springer style,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
Jerry Springer style.
You're like,
That's old
Jerry,
school
you know,
like
Jerry
that.
Springer
Yeah.
made millions of billions off of that because it's the same thing.
People
It
like
was
to
like a
watch that.
30-second
Yeah.
clip of it.
I love
right?
how it's still like a New England reference to Jerry Springer.
Right.
He's filming out of Connecticut. I love it. That's why you're a local favorite. That's
Does
hilarious.
that factor in like when picking opponents or looking down the list of opponents? Because you've had 2 back-to-back grapplers like grappling
Yeah.
heavy.
I would say in the local scene, it could have. I mean, yes and no. No, it does. Like, say like, like you're building a fighter. You want to have exciting fights and like highlights. You can match your way to that. In the UFC, it doesn't happen. Like you're fighting whoever they tell you to fight. You know.
They got 2
Interesting.
going
And
against
they're
the young
all
guys now.
yeah, and you're
know,
all
yeah, I
like
know.
good. They're all can wrestle. They all can
Yeah.
punch. Everybody's good at everything. So it's like, it's like, it's if it's your night, and then and then sometimes it's who's gonna go first. Like some guys can't pull the trigger. Some guys will pull the trigger, but they do too much too early either. Or some guys they can't handle the controversy of getting hit back. Like they're usually the bully, and the moment they get slapped, they're like, oh wait, this is not right. So it all varies, but everybody has a skill set.
That is a weird skill that we've all acquired, is being able to actually accept or a punch or a strike to our face and realize we're
Yeah.
not going to crumble. Like that is one of the weirdest skills it's a valuable skill that I've learned training martial arts. But it's funny when you say that as a, professional athlete, professional fighter, you see that in the octagon where like, oh, this guy they're not responding well to the adversity.
When I fought Kyler Phillips, he actually fighting tonight.
Okay.
Cool kid.
That guy's good.
He's good, right?
Yeah.
Before I fought him, he was, I believe, on a 5-0 tear. He beat guys that I beat. He beat Pedro Munoz, right? He beat Song Yadong, right? Song Yadong is a killer, right? Like you beat him. He's knocking these guys out. He's finishing all these dudes. I'm like, shit. They gave me a young killer.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Like I'm a little nervous for this fight, but this is what I need. Like I'm up. Let's see if I can do this, right? Yeah. Comes in, takes me down. Probably a minute into the fight, takes me down. Does way too much. He's tired. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, what? Like, how are you tired? You're on top. You take me, but he's forcing the takedown. He's forcing the punches. He throws an elbow and he misses, and he goes. I heard him go.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
I'm like looking up. I'm like, you can literally look at me like, oh, all right. Like, all right. Like, so I'm like, say no more. Like, and that was just young experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, has all the skills, has all the finishes, just younger. Did way too much in the fight. Less experience.
Cardio is a power. Cardio is a weapon.
Bro, I get up, I go straight towards him. That takes me down again. Did it again too early. You could have waited to maybe half the round.
Right.
Now he's really tired. I get up. From there on, it was all me. Everything from like anything I wanted to hit him with.
Interesting.
Again, I wasn't like killing him, but he was
right.
on the back foot the whole time,
Wow.
just circling. And like when I did hit him, I'm hitting. It's like now he's running the whole time. That's tiring. He's already tired, and everything he throws now is slower. There's nothing on it. And he went from that. If you look at his highlights to that fight,
I remember
you'd be
that
like,
fight.
you'd be like,
Yeah.
You could say what's it?
it was like and it was and then it's like, and then now it's like, it looks like, oh, Robert is such a killer, and it's not that. It's just like caught him at the right time.
What do you think makes that happen? Because I hear what you're saying, and I see this sometimes in UFC fights where you're thinking it's going to be flying, power, and then you see after round one, it's like light. They're just trying to like score. They're trying to get submission.
It could be
do you think it's just because of weight cuts that they're going through, or maybe they're just doing extra conditioning on the side? Like, what do you think that is?
Yeah, I think it could be the weight cut, but I think nowadays everybody's kind of up to date with like how to cut the weight, how to.
Yeah.
But again, short notice fights, you never know.
Yeah.
Like they could say you short notice fight, you cut a lot of weight, like you're basically flipping the coin there. You know? Like,
Right.
But I think it could be nerves. I think it could be definitely mental. Like you could build somebody up bigger than what they are in your head.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it could be definitely an off night. Those do exist, and then just in your head. You know, in your head, doubting yourself. You know, and then sometimes the guy's just better than you. They're just
I think
better.
you're being a little humble. His
Yeah.
experience in there probably goes towards
Yeah.
you
and,
now.
And so then again, like, and this is what I felt when I fought Jose Aldo. I was like, I felt like the little kid fighting, you know what I'm saying, the veteran. You know, I'm like, damn, he just schooled me. And it was like, I'm winning. Boom, no, I'm not. I'm like, what's going on? Like, and it was like, it was just like, and he just knew how to win the fight. I'm winning like technically the punches on the scorecard, and he just knew how to win the fight.
That one,
and I was like, oh, I get it. Like I felt like a sucker. I'm like, damn, he got me. You know,
like in your head, when you know you're winning, and you're just like, okay, now I'm playing to the refs rather than playing to fight and beat this guy up. Does that come into play at all? Like when you know you're kind of winning on score?
You can feel it. You can hear the crowd.
Yeah.
You can you can hear like in your coach's voice that you're up or down. And then you can pull back, but that can hurt you. Some guys pull back and they lose decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes and some guys do too much and then out of nowhere. So you got to kind of
you can see it.
Fly that line. You know what I'm saying? Like still looking for that finish, but not getting too cocky because you're beating them, or too reckless and you get caught with something, or too conservative where you're pulling back and then so you got to kind of be in that middle. And then in that middle, like, you know, if you're on point and the opportunity presents itself, there will be a finish in there. You just got to be patient and you'll find it.
Got it.
Yeah. Do you play into that now, like mentally? That you're I think you're the same age as me, if I'm not wrong. I'm turning 38 this year.
Yep.
But
what?
What's Raul like? 19,
That young?
20?
Yeah.
So you going against these younger guys, are you just playing into that? Like, I'm the experienced guy. I'm gonna.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit. You know, like I said, I do feel like I'm just starting to. So it's like weird. Like I'm like the old guy that thinks he's young. You know, like
beating these guys though, which is crazy.
Like it's like I feel like I still feel good. I still feel like I'm moving. You know, and but I know what they're doing, and like I have like you haven't been through it yet. Like you don't know what you're about to get into. Like you still think this is so cool. Like you're probably, you know what I'm saying? Like you're like you can't wait to get your like Reebok bag, or you know what I'm saying, your Vitamin bag. Like, so I know that kid. I'm like all right, I got something for you. Like, you don't understand how brutal this game could be. You don't understand. Well, you haven't been in the hospital yet. You haven't done that. So there is that on your side, but then there's also that youth that like ignorant, like where they don't know, which is good too sometimes. When they don't know, then they're like, and like I've seen that side too, where like you didn't even know how dangerous it was, like how bad it was, or and you're like, so what? And you just kind of somehow make it happen, you know, like, and but then you get caught in that middle where like you're winning, boop, no you're not, and it's like, what the hell just happened? Like,
so going into that, like, you know, because you mentioned sometimes it's hard to get fights. You get told you're gonna get a fight, you don't get a fight, and that's where you get the pay. Like, how do you manage? Like, how do you tell, like, you know, young fighters out there, like, how do you manage your money effectively so that you're not, you know, coming down to,
that one I couldn't help you with, man. Like, my wifey took care of everything, you know. Like, I had a huge support system from the start, you know. Like, my fiance told me basically, like, if you think you can do this, like, just do it. And, like, you don't have to work, you don't have to do anything, like, just train. And then, and then obviously sponsors helped out, stuff like that. But like I was blessed and fortunate, and I'll never forget like that opportunity I had. Like the moment I told I didn't have to do anything, I didn't have to go to school, I didn't have to work, I didn't have to. I was like, I'm all in. I was like, I took that same attitude of all in, and then like I got told that, and like I tripled down. I just tripled down, and I was like, I'm in. Like I was in, man. Like she took care of everything, and then now I was like. I get a check. I don't even get paid. I just give it to her, and like I get like 5% of the money, and then like she gets the rest. You know, like where I'm like I don't even like I've seen guys obviously like, you know, working like bouncing stuff like that. DoorDash, obviously sponsors, ticket sales. You know, you got to do that. Hopefully you're at a gym to where like, you know, you don't have to pay like a membership and you just could fight, you know, like, but ideally that's not for everybody, but hopefully that you could, like find that gym that's like, hey, just come and train, or like or teach out, clean the mats, teach kids class or whatever. So there's ways to hustle. Obviously T-shirt sales, ticket sales. Especially nowadays with like Instagram, YouTube, you can hustle and make some money putting out content.
You just hear all these horror stories of these young athletes that get money early on and just lose it.
Yeah.
Lose it, and just,
and that's the best thing about it though. Like, you're not gonna do that in MMA. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like the NBA where like you can get like you can be your first year and get a bunch of money. Like, you're not gonna make money until like your 10th year. And then like in the end, if you're not in the situation I was, where I didn't have to pay for nothing. So when I got money, it was like, all right, well, I'm still not paying anything, just the money's coming in. Now we're just getting it in big chunks. And then we just got to be smart with that. But I think you just got to hustle, man. You got to hustle. You got to sell yourself. You got to go out there and knock on doors and ask for and ask for help, and not be ashamed or afraid to ask for help.
Right. I mean, so obviously you're no longer part of the Tampa Gracie gym down there. You moved up here.
Yep.
You've been through a few camps, you've been through a few gyms, so I feel like you're the right person to ask in terms of what do you look for if you're the new person going into a new gym, like culture, vibe, cleanliness, things like that. Like, what goes through the mind of Rob Font when that happens?
I look at how like who's actually there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who's really there? Like, because you there is a marketing piece behind obviously the gym business.
Of course.
So like, you're gonna see what you see might not be that. So I want to see who's actually there, what bodies are actually rolling. Like who's actually teaching these classes, and then then you look at time, like how long could they be doing this because I'm the new member and they're trying to sell a membership, or is it they're actually there and you can see it in somebody's body or they can't even deny it. Like he's always in the gym. Like, he doesn't ever leave the gym. Like, his teacher's always training and he's always improving. He's always bringing people in. He's always trying to get better. Or, hey man, where you been? Like, how what's up, coach? I haven't seen you in a while. Like, yeah, and it's just like whatever. And like, but then it's like you're just dealing with their local brown belt.
Sure.
Like, but I came here to train with you.
Right.
I came here to train with you, and like the membership says this, the sign says that. Your face is all over here. Like, but where are you at?
Right.
And it's kind of yeah. And then there's this culture sometimes where like you're not ready to work with me, or you're not. You got to work your way up to get to.
I hate that culture.
And so it's kind of like, well, then what? Like, all right, like why? And it's kind of like, which I get too, though. Like, where like there is a system.
Sure.
But it's kind of hard because like, but you sold me on this though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like, so that's the weird part. So I would say like really pay attention to when you on those free trials. Don't get sold on the marketing or like, you know what I'm saying, or the word of mouth. Like, go see that, go sit down there, and it might take a month, but really see who's in there, who's not out there. Because like, even if think about like a UFC coach, right? Like, like some of these coaches, you'll see them every weekend at the fights, right? Like, and sometimes they get there by like say Wednesday. So who's at the gym? You feel me? Like,
that's a fair point.
Who's at the gym? Who's actually coaching? Who's there? You know, who's, and then you see these guys after, because like there was Nashville, now there's another one here. You might see that same guy in Nashville and has the same fighter. And so it's like, who's all right? Who? And now, not saying that guy at that gym might not be good, and he probably is, and you can get some work in, but then there's no like, it was that what you signed up for, and if it's not, then it's kind of make your decision, And obviously, like, it's like, but you also don't know what you don't know, when you first start. So that's the hard part, where it's kind of like, I think it's good, so you got to kind of find that, and I think, like asking a lot of questions, asking around, so you can hit me up, ask me, I'll point you in the right direction, like just ask around and get as much information as you can before you like fully dive in.
So I guess if you were somebody brand new to this, trying to walk in, they're coming into whatever local gym, IMA.Worcester, IMA.Westboro, what 2 questions would you recommend them asking? Somebody brand new.
Good question.
Let's start off with just one question.
I would just ask, like, all right, who's teaching these classes, right? Okay. And then like, all right, are they, and how many days a week are they actually going to be teaching? Like simple like that. Like not like in a disrespectful way. Sure. Like a, hey, you saying this black belt, because they're gonna guarantee like that marketing campaign, like 6 times this and that, and whatever, he's gonna sell every single credential this guy has. So that guy is gonna be teaching me this. Yes. Okay. And when? Monday, Wednesday, Thursday? Perfect. I'm in. Or that's just the marketing.
Right,
it's
right,
just
right,
like,
right,
so
right.
like, no, it's gonna be this guy, which might be good, but then like that's when you make your choice. But
Sure.
like simple like that, and then just I think not necessarily like ask questions as you're training as much as possible. Then just kind of fill out the culture and the vibe, and like and see that fits you. You might not fit you, and then
you could do it in a humble way too, like you
Yeah.
said, right? It's about, and what I'm getting from you, you're really about expectations and accountability, right? If you're
Yeah.
going to sign up to a team, you really want to make sure what they're broadcasting, what they're marketing, what they're saying to you, they're gonna be true to that,
and
right?
you like, I mean, I don't say that. Like now that I experience, you can see it instantly. You see it instantly. Like you can see it.
You could tell.
You can tell. You can see it. Like the moment you walk into a boxing gym, BJJ gym, whatever it may be, you can see it. You can feel it. Obviously, a beginner that's not gonna see that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
So that's
Yeah,
the hard
exactly.
part.
Mm.
But you see the guy that's like there, that wants to be there, the
Right.
coach, the energy,
Yeah.
Right.
even the cleanliness of the gym. You can see
Right, you
like
can
how
see it.
they if they taking care of that gym, and
Yeah.
if they're welcoming them in. And if you walk in, you're like, oh, this guy, god damn it. Hey, what's
Yeah,
up?
geez, yeah. I have seen that, actually.
So yeah, the
Yeah.
bathroom's there, and if you want there, and there's water there too. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
I gotta
Make
get
sure,
off my
hey,
phone
make sure
now.
You take your shoes off. Like it's like,
Yeah.
if you, you know,
The
like,
energy, right?
yeah, the
Yeah.
energy. You can see it, you can
Yeah.
feel it, and you want that like, you want that good vibe.
Yeah.
You want that good spot. You want to get in there like.
Like-
Because you're gonna be spending a lot of time there. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna probably be
Right.
fighting with your wife of how much time you're spending at this gym. You know what I'm saying?
What?
true.
No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen to anybody.
You go to
Neither
one
does a
open
lot of
gym.
laundry.
Yeah.
One open
Exactly.
mat
Like,
jiu-jitsu
how are you there for 3 hours?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing for 3 hours? Like, I'm rolling.
I
man.
gotta wash
That
this
was a
gi again.
tough
Do you know how many
match.
times I've had to blame you, Fernando?
Rob's telling me how he twisted me. Hold on.
Oh man! That's a really good, funny story. So we all probably have stories behind that, but like, tell us an interesting story when you came back from the gym and you know something happened to you at the gym and your wife got mad at you for whatever reason. Maybe you just there too long or whatever.
Bro, that's what I'm still
the
fighting that. I might be here too long right now doing this. right?
We all got interesting stories.
Like,
I mean,
no, it's like I get carried away, man. Like, you guys gotta tell me sometime to slow. Hey, you got 4 minutes left. And it's like, oh shit, I still have 2 more things I wanted to show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, it's like I always tell, like, it's like that like tinkerer that's always in the garage messing with something. You can't ever get him to come eat. You know, come down, sit down and eat. And he's like the experiment is exploded in his face. You're like, man, hold on, I almost got this. You're like, bro, come eat. Like, and it's like, that's what I feel like when I'm trying to, because now, like, especially for fighting, like, I'm like, if I don't get this technique right or this position right or this head movement right, that could cost me the fight.
Right.
I could be in the hospital.
Yes,
so like then like the seriousness comes up. So it's like I'm not just doing it because I'm practicing my ninja skills. Like I really got to get this down because like, you know, like and then it's like for myself, and then I know I got to do it. I want to hold myself accountable, and then but try to go explain that. To
Right,
somebody
no, I
with a
get it.
baby for you've been out for 3 hours and like they don't and they can sit there and see it, and it's like even like sometimes she'll come like, all right, I don't want to go. Like, let's get out of here. And I was like, and it's not like she's not doing that to matter. It's not being mean. It's just like she's not. It doesn't have that same feel, you know.
Sure.
It doesn't have that same ignition. Like it's not like, you know. So yeah, it's
No, we
that.
get
That's
it.
it. It's
Yeah.
consistent,
Yeah.
you know.
We do
Like
get it.
Our wives are the same way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
come
So you-
on,
I mean-
little black guy, who hit you? You know, like,
Yeah.
why did they hit you? Like, don't let him hit you. Like, come on. And I was like, I know I shouldn't have got hit. I get that, but like,
You've so you're coaching now here, both locations for our mixed martial arts classes. You're doing semi-privates. You're also doing open mat with us, so we're grateful for it. You've also had a lot of exposure to top level coaches around the world, just throughout your career. Is there anybody or a group of people that you're trying to emulate your coaching style to?
man, so it's more like I mimic almost everybody.
Yeah.
So I'll start off with some Delegrati stuff, and then it's like a little bit of Dwayne.
Dwayne Ludwig?
Dwayne
Bang.
Ludwig.
Been to his gym
Yeah, he's
in
the
Boulder.
man.
That's
Like,
nice.
I did
Good ones right there.
I did a couple privates with him. Did a couple seminars with him. I spent 3 weeks out there in Sacramento when he was in Sacramento. So like, I spent some time at ATT, TriStar. So
I was
like,
gonna say, I mean, you're at one of the top ones.
you know, it's like
for us, hobby.
for us, you know. So
Yeah.
like a lot of stuff, I'm just parroting what they taught me, and I'm just saying it the same exact way. You know,
Okay.
like I'll always give credit to everybody I've ever trained with. And like, it's and I'm just always evolving. And then obviously nowadays with shit like YouTube, BJJ Fanatic, there's so much stuff you can learn just there, you know. Like,
You got a good list that you drew out though.
Dude, yeah, I was gonna
For
say, I'm
us,
like,
it's
Jesus.
That's like
Yeah.
one of my top 3 instructionals to watch. Like he makes everything so simple.
so simple, so smooth. Like he breaks it down, and like he gets, like he always says, it gets to the heart of the issue, right? And he gets straight to it, and like,
Yeah.
and like, and to think about it, man, like with him, he's from straight jiu-jitsu competitions to wrestling by itself,
Right.
to boxing by itself, to obviously Muay Thai by itself, and then now let's put it all together. It's like even better. You're like, wait a minute, like it's like
That's so hard.
it's like he can kickbox with kickboxers, box with boxers. Like, and I'm not just saying he knows, he can do it right now. Like, and that's what I inspired to be. Like, if he came in here and rolled right now, like I'm telling you, everybody would be like running from him. Like no. He's that guy like, and he's nice about it, but you're like, I don't want to get beat up right now. Like I just, you know that feeling. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, like nah. He's like, you kind of the guy that looks away. You're like, I'm going with you. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
me.
Like,
That's me. I look away.
yeah,
It's all right.
like,
I avoid the eye
to this
contact.
day, right? That's the thing that inspired me. Where it's like, damn, like all right, like he's leading by example, and it's not even like, and you don't even see it. Like, you know, like
Sure.
you'll see like his like, obviously like his instructionals and
Yeah.
like and like, but you don't, like, he's not like, yeah, putting in
Right.
work right now, and like he's not that guy. Like you
Right.
don't see it until you get there,
Mhm.
and you're like, wait, like, and it's like the moment the bell rings, it's not like, you know, like it's like you can roll with this guy, you can also roll with Frost. Which one
Sure.
are you gonna choose? You know,
Right.
it's not
Right.
like
Yeah.
it's not like you
Right.
have to wait in line. He's kind of like, you know, that
yeah,
type
yeah.
of like
Yeah.
kind of like
That's
old
pretty
school.
cool.
Like, no, he's there to work. And he's wrestling.
Now,
He's-
when you're up there, do you see like a bigger difference in teenage and younger kids participating at TriStar? So I've never been to TriStar. I don't even know if they have kids classes, but I'm assuming they would.
so they actually they don't have too much kids class. It's
Okay.
more they have like, I'd say like younger kids, but they have like the teenagers in there. Like,
Sure.
they have like the high school kids and some of them, but they don't have necessarily kids. It does give off a fight gym vibe. So
Okay.
it's more of that type of gym, but they'll do like a wrestling club, and,
Right.
like, but it's not like your traditional like every Monday through Friday. This is like the schedule for them.
Yeah, I was just going to ask then if there are teenagers involved in that at
So they're like in
TriStar.
the
Do-
regular group with the
Right.
with the adults.
They're doing MMA.
Yeah, they're doing
Oh, so
MMA.
there's
They're
not
doing-
an individual jiu-jitsu class or a Muay Thai class.
No,
It's
no.
mostly
so
just
they're
an
right
MMA
in there
class.
with them. Yeah, they're right in
They
there.
fit in.
Yeah, they fit right in.
Okay,
Wow.
that's good
Yeah.
to
That's
know.
You kind of touched on it a little bit. You know, we mentioned that you have joined the IMA team. But what was one of the things that made you want to join our team? And what would you say? And then two, what would you say to, you know, our members or people that are interested in integrated martial arts on kind of like?
Yeah, man. Michael Scott's the man, bro. Like
Yeah.
I used to
Shout out to Michael Scott.
we used to do some taekwondo at Seathon. He would come in and I was working on some spinning back kicks.
Oh,
and-
don't say that too loud. He catches with me all the time with this stupid reverse crescent roundhouse. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
so he was coming in rolling, and we would roll, and he was, obviously always has questions. Always, I'm like, man, like he kind of told me his background. I'm like, bro, I want to learn some of that,
Yeah.
Like, and I'm always trying to learn from everybody. He was like, he would hold the belly pad, show me, the spinning back kick, all the basic taekwondo kicks, and then like in that taekwondo version, and so he always had an open mind. He was always looking for the like how do you get this better, or how do you turn this business. So like I've always like seen him and always stayed in touch with him. He always reached out to me, and it was like he reached out again and said, hey, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, let's talk. We met up. I said, this is a great idea, let's do
Yeah.
it, and here we are.
Beautiful,
Yeah, and then-
man.
This
All
was
right,
class, Rob.
Rob,
Thank you.
let us know. Thank you very much
Thank
for your
you so
time.
much,
Appreciate it.
guys.
Let us
This was
let
awesome.
everybody know where they can find you, Instagram, your handles, all
IMA.
that stuff.
Just catch me at IMA.
Catch you here at
Love that.
Integrated
Love
Martial Arts.
that.
All
Come
right.
see me Saturdays.
Our handle is IMA.Worcester.
And if you want my socials and all that, come meet me at IMA first. I'll give
Beautiful.
you-
Okay,
Love that. Love that.
All right, so
Yeah,
you can
thank
find Mr. Rob Font's schedule if you follow our Instagram handle. We post it pretty regularly, almost 5 times a day, at least that, at Indigo Mary Alpha IMA.Worcester.
Let's go.
All right.
That radio voice.
Oh, I turn it on when I need
So
to.
kind of sexy when he does that.
I was listening to Delilah, baby. But all right, everybody, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a
you.
good day.
Give me somebody you raise on me. Give me somebody you raise on me. I'm a girl, it is somebody you raise on me. Give me somebody.